हाँ तो फिर क्या था, मैं नोशन को मैं ओपन नोशन। Okay, so let's aim to finish the content of what we are putting in the landing page this one session. And we already had a list of 3 core features. Do we want to deviate from that list or continue with the 3 core features? Oops, let me turn off the music. Okay, so we had these 3 core features, and we had some ideas about how our landing page is structured, right? So let me copy these. In the content, how do you propose we should go about deciding the content? Should we go about like discussing what to put in the hero section, then what to put in the features section, then contact form, and then the footer? Or what's your take? Should we discuss how we can create a video showcasing the design, showcasing the product as if it's completed? Let me just jot down all the questions I have in one document and then we can go about them answering them one by one. Let's do that. So, landing page. Can you open the stream in one of the accounts, monitor the chat if you have any questions? Okay. So we have these 4 features, right? We're aware about the problem and solution. Do you want me to write them here as well? Okay, so let's get started on it. So we've got the problem solution and the core features ready, right? Now we want the landing page content to resonate with our target audience, and we have already got our target audience as well, right? This is our target audience. Do you think we could this is the ideal target market for our product, or do you think okay, should we do aspiring entrepreneurs plus small businesses? Hmm? Who are planning to grow, right? Maybe they are expanding or whatever. So we've got these things ready. and we've got some framework to decide whether whatever content we decide at the end, whether it resonates with our target audience or not, right? So we got that set up as well. And we've got some general idea about the placement of the content as well, like which section and what goes there. So, so these three core features, we need to put them in the hero section somehow. For that, I designed this one-liner. Do you think this easily? No. Okay. Let's try to. Okay. Can you check if we are audible or not in the stream? Just check that real quick. You're not audible? Oh, what about now?
Hmm?
Can you check now?
Let there's a delay. Okay, it's good.
Mhm. Can you check now? Okay, so we're good.
Okay.
So yeah, so we should you're suggesting we should go about discussing what to put in the hero section first, because that's the
Yeah.
most important one. And then
Could we have a perfect copy or text or a combination of heading or a subheading to explain all of our core features in just one go, right?
okay, so let me just dump everything.
I think brain for the idea that comes up on my mind right now could be like stating a ambiguous heading like learn never stop learning, right, or never stop improving, and then we explain what are the main features of the app in the subheading, right?
Never stop improving as the headline,
Yeah,
and then core
we could say.
features below. Let me just jot down all the ideas we have for now. So one idea there, and I want to maybe present a video showcasing as if the product is ready, right?
Okay.
That could look very cool in case if we could, design the video. And
Hmm.
then, and do you think this would go in the hero section? You've seen that website
Just below
cursor.sh,
the
right?
just below the hero section should be a good idea
Right.
because every website I've seen they are giving a sneak peek of their product just below the hero section.
Oh, okay. So, what else? Any ideas? Other ideas we have? Do we want to connect a pre-book Stripe thingy, or do we want to just have some newsletter thing?
There would be a call to action in the hero section, obviously.
Call to
Just
action,
below, yeah, just below the subheading or in the header should be a good idea to have
call
a
to
call.
action, and do we want it to be a simple form like we see in normal landing pages, or
So
do
we are going to be having a simple button that is linked to a form.
so clicking on that takes you to a form where you can fill in your detail, your
Yeah,
needs?
you can register
Yeah, I'm
further.
thinking maybe simplifying that further, right? Maybe just getting exactly what we need. Uh,
I think it will be confusing. Why would you put it in the hero section?
no, not in
We
the
have
hero section, but I'm just thinking about the form that. you get navigated to after you click on the call to action.
Hmm.
How would that form look like? Do you think it'll be a general contact form where you put in your name, email, and
They, it's just going to ask for their email. That's all,
just their email?
or maybe name.
Name, email, and maybe
Field form should be good.
okay.
Uh,
And then
then
we'll have one section where we'll explain some of these features in more detail. Maybe
yeah, I think we should have a video for it, just below the hero section.
what about the interesting testimonial section? How do you plan we get the testimonial even before the product is ready? Now this is tricky, right? Because we don't want to build the product if it doesn't have a my audience, but to get an audience, we need some testimonials. This is the really fun part, right?
We can add idea verification tests.
Idea
Where,
verification test. How should we go about it? Should we start contacting our closest friends, family members
yeah,
to
contacting
validate
our
the
peers should be a good idea first.
should be a good
Then
idea. Should
maybe if it's not enough, then we could try cold contacting or even running ads of the idea to validate it, and then
maybe
we can
through
put.
that video we could validate that video whether they think that video features would work on their business or not. What do you think? That could work or no?
On which video?
This video which will create showcasing if as if the product is ready. Do you think
Hmm.
it'll be a good idea to send them this video and then gather what their feedback is? And maybe we
Yeah,
can
for the
put
test.
that feedback in the testimonial section.
Yeah.
Gather feedback. So we're aiming for at least 5 testimonials in the start. I think for any idea that we are going to create a landing page for. What do you think?
Yeah, 3 to 5 sets of testimonials should be enough to display on the landing page.
Showcasing the video will product showcase. Asking if the product showcase in the video will be satisfying their need. Look tired. Okay, so this is one task on itself. So do you think before designing the content of the landing page, should we design this? Or do you think we should design the content of the landing page before designing the video?
The content of the landing page would be designed first because the video is going to follow a theme
Okay,
based on the landing page.
let me just highlight these important tasks. So we have this, and this is a task in itself, right? These are like two different tasks apart of after we've decided the content of the page, right?
Right.
And for the, let me just write that in a separate.
We would need a design first before the testimonial for the application.
Yeah, let me just write that down as well. Need a design of the finished product, right? So these are three tasks that will need to complete the landing page, right? But very
Hmm.
crucial for it. Apart from that, once we're done, let's talk a bit about the marketing uh, strategies we could try. Apart from the ones I've already made a plan for, like Product Hunt, Reddit, and YouTube. Apart from that, as you suggested, we might try cold emailing, right? That's never a
We
bad
could try
idea.
cold emailing. We could try warm emailing.
Cold email,
We could
warm
try
email,
cold DMs, or we
cold
could even
DM.
run social media ads or improve, run SEM. I think search engine ads, Google ads. I think it should be a good idea. I think every type of marketing strategy should work on this idea. It's,
Product hunt, Reddit, YouTube. Anything else we are missing?
but email, warm mail, cold DM, social media ads, SEM, product hunt, Reddit, YouTube. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm.
Anything else? If it's not at the top of your head, it's okay because most of the things I think we've already covered, right?
Yeah,
Right? SEO will not be there because it's just organic marketing. They'll come in it by itself, right? As we design the page, we'll make it SEO friendly. No need
yeah.
to invest any money into it for as of now. So we've got these things. Now let's decide on a marketing strategy. And in the marketing strategy, I suggest we decide whether we have validated it. We need to have some baseline, right? We need to have some target in mind. At that point, we could say, yeah, this idea is a boom or it's a flop, right? We need to have some sort of thing. What do you think if this idea is a flop? What do you think our approach would be? If this idea is a hit, what do you think our approach should be? And how do we measure whether we have reached that point where we could say, yeah, we have validated this idea, right? We have three main questions, right? First, when is the point when we could say we have validated this idea? Let me just write these three big questions. And this is after the landing page is done, right? After we've gathered five testimonials, then everything is looking good. But super important question to ask. So,
If we have gathered 5 testimonial, the idea is
uh,
close to being validated,
yeah,
I
but
think.
yeah, that's like stage one, right? Before we even design the page, because based on the feedback from these five people, we could, add some more stuff to the video, no, right? While rating the
It's just the same thing with
product.
validating the idea with cold marketing too,
Yeah.
because we are going to be asking them if they like the idea or not,
Hmm.
providing them an incentive to answer, and then I think we are going to be, asking them for their feedback. What do you even like the product or not, or what should we improve in the product, right? If the responses are consistently negative,
Yeah.
I think we would reach a point to scrape the idea, right?
When can we say that the idea has been validated? Do you think if we have validated the idea, building the product will be an issue? I think the bigger question or the bigger challenge in front of us is to validate the idea. That's what I feel like, right? Because once we
Hmm.
have validated the idea, once we have flushed out every single feature so that the audience knows what they are getting and we know what we are building, I think
Hmm.
building it should not be as difficult as just validating the whole concept, right?
Hmm.
You agree with me on this?
Yeah.
When can we say that the idea has been validated? What to do if the idea is a hit? What to do if the idea is not solving any is a let's say just say is a miss, right? So you've got these three big questions, and let's just throw whatever we think and to answer these three. So you said 5 testimonials will be a great start, right? Just
Yeah.
gathering these 5 testimonials. For that, we need the video. And for that, we need the design, right? And for the design, we need more clear picture on our core feature. Am I missing any step to get to these 5 testimonials?
Mm,
If we start from the bottom, can we make our way up to the 5 testimonials?
we need to find 5 people first.
Okay, what 5 people? Which 5 people? Am I missing any step now?
Mm, what uh, what do we ask the for our testimonial? What incentive do we give for them to answer our question unbiasedly?
That's a good question. Which
We
five
have to
people
provide something if we are
and
asking
what
for a
incentive? Okay.
testimonial. What are the right question if to ensure that the answer so that their testimonial is not ambiguous?
Which 5 people volunteer? We are providing with to them the video and just
What do we
asking
ask for the video?
for their overall whether it will be helpful for them or not. I think that's the
What if
only
we give
question.
a ambiguous answer like it could work? What do we do then? We
Oh, I
need to
see.
ask a better question.
We need the video. We need the exact questions after watching the video. We need the design and then we need more clear picture on our core feature. Am I missing any course steps now?
We need the video, we need the exact questions, we need the designs, we need 5 testimonials. Hmm. What do we do if the results are too diverse? For example, two.
We just keep adding more people until we have the 5 testimonials we are looking for, right?
Okay.
Right? That's a good strategy. I don't think if we contact the first 5 people, it'll be the
Yeah.
testimonials we use, right? It'll be we
Yeah.
keep contacting these similar people and then we analyze their feedback and then we act upon it, right?
Yeah.
Do you think we have a clearer picture now to for the first step of validating this idea?
We have the design. We have. How do we even create the video?
How do we even create the video? Oh yeah, that's a neat question. We need the video. How
Do we need to
research
ask some questions in the
on
video? What is
on
the
some
content of
product idea validation videos, right? We need to do a bit of research to see how it looks like in the industry and whether we can replicate it or not, right? I'm sure we could replicate it. It's just whether we could do it or we should outsource it, right? That's the big question. And then let me write make it or outsource it. So that's step one of validating, right?
the? Yeah.
Are we missing any
First step
steps now
two,
for
we
the
have. Hmm. how do we, in what, method we ask these questions? Do we just provide them a form, or do we just have a meeting with these people?
Oh, I see the interview method, eh? We need the exact question they watch after they watch the video for feedback
Hmm.
and how we gather this feedback. I think they are same in the same domain, right? How we gather this feedback. It could be through a tweet even, right? I've seen people using tweets in their testimonial section.
Tweet. Hmm. We need exact questions. We get a response. Mm, mm, mm.
And our which five people are they? They'll belong to our target market. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So after we gathered five testimonials, we've got the video, we've got the five testimonials. Do you think that'll be enough to complete the landing page?
Hmm. फॉर्म छोड़ गई यार. Uh, for the testimonial, we need five people. I think, yeah, to create the landing page should be enough.
So we've
But
got
I don't know if we should create the landing page.
not
Should
sure,
we invest that much time to, create a landing page
but
with only validated
do you not
five?
think that once we create one of these pages, if we have some different idea, the process will be that much quicker?
Yeah, I think okay. We can create landing page. I'm
Hmm?
not against it.
Because I feel like having a landing page just proves is a good proof of credibility in my eyes, right? Like
Yeah.
even that Python API thing that I saw in the Discord group, he hasn't got the product yet, right? He's just got the landing page ready. Maybe he got the product ready. I'm not sure, but the landing page sure is ready, right? It's not a crazy landing page. It's just conveys the message, right?
Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Now we need to create the landing page. Then we need to validate the idea using
So
marketing strategies.
yeah, so we got the five testimonials. But again, one more point for why we should create the landing page is we could for us to be able to use these Google ads or these product hunts or these sites of marketing, right? We'll need
Mm,
something to show them.
okay.
What do you think? Or am I going? I just
Yeah, I think we should create the landing page because marketing wouldn't work without a landing
do
page.
you think we could market with just a video? That'd be tough, but could be possible.
We possibly can market with just a video, but I don't think it's a good idea to, waste your money
Yeah,
in marketing without a landing page. Even if people want like the product, how are they going to, buy it? Or,
yeah, makes sense. Okay, so this was just the first step in validating the idea, right? Having just the five testimonial. Then I say we increase the number of proof that we have. Maybe what's a good idea? Maybe having about 50 waitlist members, what do you think? Or X number of visitors? Let me just throw out whatever I think. X number of visitors.
visitors is Would
X
not
number
work.
of call to
We need
action CTA
people
clicks,
in the waiting list to
X
even have
number
an incentive to build a product, right?
people in the waiting list. Maybe just phrase it like no incentive to build the features that we have proposed in that idea, right? I think that's a
Hmm.
right. We could always swap out the features, keep the idea, but maybe keep swapping out the feature until we get what features they are really looking for, right?
Yeah.
In the book I read, that's how he made $1 million company. He didn't just it was a bad idea, but after swapping out features time to time after testing, he eventually the features were solving some real problem, right?
Yeah, in
Maybe
the book
let's
they were still generating some revenue, so they had the motivation to
yeah.
change the features. If we are not even generating a single dollar, I don't think it's a good idea to even change the features, right?
Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
Okay.
how many numbers of visitors are we expecting?
With paid ads, you can have however many you want. I don't think it's a good metric to measure if the if the idea is validated or not. If you're using paid ad, obviously.
Okay, how many CTA clicks?
Hmm. It depends on how much are we spending on marketing, right?
Yeah,
If we are contacting around 1,000 people from our code list per day, or even per week, I think around 200 to 300 visitors per week or 400 visitors per week should be a good idea. Or
not visitor. I'm talking about the CTA clicks, the people who
yeah,
visit
200 CTA clicks, around 100 to 200 CTA clicks in a week or two.
per how many visitors?
Hmm, if there are 1,000 visitors, for example, we ran paid ad for our website.
So we are expecting a
There are
20% click rate.
no, we should be expecting around 1% click rate. That is a
So
realistic number. So around 100 CTAs per 1,000 people who visit our website.
that's 10%.
But I think 100 people per 1,000 visitors for the wait list should be a good idea. Around 200 to 300 CTA clicks should be good because we are going to be calling the user to action multiple times in the website. So
Just give me a ratio. Like
mm,
some idea about some ratio would be a good idea.
I think we should increase the call to action rate. All right,
Or
because
maybe just
yeah,
just talk about in percentage. Let's just forget about numbers. So we have X visitor. Let's just talk about percentage. Maybe just having a 2% CTA click rate would be good. Whatever visitors we have.
2 to 3%. Yeah, I think is a good idea for paid marketing.
For X visitors.
Mm, mm, mm. And even if 0.5% of the total visitors are on the waiting list.
And 0.5%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is an easy question. What to do if the idea is a hit?
If there are 50 people or 100 people waiting in the wait list.
At least 50 to 100. And cool. So we've got some people in the wait list, right?
Yeah.
And then what's the next step?
We got people in the wait list. The next step is to talk to those people
Email
and
them
know,
maybe, right?
yeah,
Since we've got
you
their emails.
and or we could have an alternate approach to just make the project, make the MVP and provide them the MVP and have them test out our main features and then get their feedback. That is the traditional way of testing products.
Build out an
Or
MVP based
think
on the
of
core features.
something else.
Then
Something else.
have the waitlist members as beta users. That makes sense.
Right.
And this is idea. I think what we are discussing right now, it doesn't depend on one idea, right? This is idea agnostic. So whatever idea we have,
Yeah.
we'll use the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Hmm. What to do if the idea is a hit? We can just make the MVP or and test out. I think that is the best approach.
that's the best approach.
Yeah.
All
Just
right
making
then.
out and
And will be if you look on the plus side, right? If we have some people in the waiting list, that's like our market we could address. Maybe with not this idea, maybe with some other ideas in the future, right? Because we'll have some people to contact to, right? What to do if the idea is a mess?
um, what to do with the idea is a miss. Then our only choice is to the best approach would be to get target people in our target market, right? Connect
Yeah,
with them, connect with people in the target market without any intention to convert them into customers. We just get their feedback on new ideas to solve the exact problem we have brainstormed, right?
connect with
Brainstorming
the
new ideas,
target market, know more about them and their
brainstorm more
problem.
ideas to solve the problem, and then ask them if this one solves the problem or not, or if they like it or not, or is it better than the previous idea.
Either pivot the features or pivot the idea, right?
Yeah.
But either way, we're winning, right? Either way. If the idea is a mess, the only useless case would be if we spend some money on it, advertising, and we did not get any CTAs, right? That is the absolute worst case I could think of, right?
Yeah. Then we did something wrong in the marketing part.
But that also will be a learning experience for us, right? Either way.
We have to test out how to, validate ideas using paid marketing or something else.
Yeah. I mean, I think cold DMs and cold email would work to some extent, but I don't think I'll rely on them to,
I think the
hypo. Hmm?
best way to validate ideas are social media ads right now, or Google ads. These are the top two. I don't think cold email.
Okay. Social media ads and Google ads is a way to go, right? So if the idea is a miss, we know more about the market, we brainstorm, and then we pivot the feature or we pivot the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? What else can we do? We could analyze our marketing strategies, like what worked, what didn't.
I
I
don't
think that's
think,
a given, right?
yeah,
That's a
we
given.
know if it's working or we
We
know
don't
if
have
it's
to
not.
write that. Is there anything else we could do?
Mm,
Maybe this one I should write. Maybe just identify what worked and what didn't. And there'll be for the project as a whole, the video, marketing, everything, right? And then do better next time, right? Just a general thing. But is there any step I'm missing in validating the, yeah, some constraints we should decide right now? And these constraints would be time constraint, a budget constraint, and the outsourcing constraints, even, right? Like we
yeah,
should not propose any idea that's out of the tech domain in terms of the solving the problem, right?
yeah.
We have time constraint.
Time constraints, budget constraint, or knowledge constraint.
Any other constraint you might think of? Marketing constraint, marketing knowledge constraint. I think that comes under knowledge constraint, right?
Yeah,
What about networking constraint? Do we have that or no? I think
one
that
thing.
could be solved with money, right?
Yeah, time, budget, knowledge, health, commitment.
Commitment. That's very related to the time constraints since we are already doing some projects, right? But
Yeah,
how committed we could be makes sense. So time constraints, and this includes having 5 people at the testimonials, getting the design, getting the landing page, right?
the video landing page, testimonials,
And
the
marketing
market.
strategy. These are the four big things, right?
Yeah.
And every step is takes a lot of effort. I don't think there's any easy step per se in the process. Like every step takes an absurd amount of effort, I think, since we are a
Yeah.
small team. So, what are our time constraints? How much time do you think we are willing to give just to validate whether this works in the market or not?
Mm, we have to make the video, we have to make the landing page. Around 2 months.
To validate the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. After 2 months, I think, okay. And how much budget are we talking about just to validate it?
I have no idea about the budget. We have to look into that.
Just an upper limit.
Around 100 to $200, I think.
Let's make bump it up to 350,
Right.
350 CAD. Okay, just for validating. What are knowledge constraints?
Artificial intelligence, knowledge.
Yeah, ML is right, machine learning. Yeah, I wouldn't say marketing. I wouldn't say
Hmm?
designing. I would not say marketing or designing. I think we could handle it. I
Yeah,
would not say designing the landing page even. I'd say we can handle it. I would not say designing the interface even, right? Or basic functionality of it, basic CRUD payment functionality. I think we could handle it.
yeah.
Anything else we're lacking in terms of knowledge? Hmm.
Sales, I think.
Sales.
Sales knowledge.
Now for the commitment constraint, let's make this clear. Let's just rate it from 1 to 10, how committed each of us could be in validating it.
How do we define it?
Commitment is if you had to choose between this project and the other projects we've been doing, how likely are you to choose this product over the other ones, or over any other X thing that we might be doing in the next 2 months? We're just talking about the next 2 months. Don't think as if we're talking about this for the next 4 months, right?
For the next 2 months, I think if I have spare time in my day, I'll do
So,
it. Right.
so for me, I think it'll be a good learning step because we'll be working towards validating something, right? Oh,
Yeah, but we are also doing marketing in a B, so
yeah,
we're learning the same thing there,
okay.
right? But yeah, I think it's necessary to learn to validate idea, but mm, I I don't think commitment constraint should be a problem because if we have a deadline, I think we can do it in the within the deadline, right?
Okay.
I don't think any commitment should matter
So we just have
completing.
these three constraints, right?
Yeah,
I just wanted to bring that up because I wanted to make sure that this is the right way to do it because yeah, because building the product before validating the idea, that'll be a huge hit in if it doesn't work out, right? Because we've already
yeah,
done projects in the past. But this
yeah.
is
We just learn
something
to
new to us,
validate
right?
any ideas. Yeah,
Building a product will be just testing out our tech skills, right? And I don't think
yeah.
this is the time to test out our tech skills.
We have to
Since we are
test out a
already
mark.
building other products to test out our tech skills, right? I don't think we need other burdens to test them out, right?
Yeah,
With that project, we are testing out our tech skills. With this, we'll be testing out our validation skills. And then with the Abhinavi, we are testing out our marketing skills, right? I think we go down these three parts then, right? Okay, so do you think if just following this and we have some click rate, let's say we have 50 to 100 people in the wait list, let me just move this up, then we have successfully validated the idea, right?
yeah.
Okay. And for that, can you just rank them in terms of priority, what we'll be doing? The
For the
marketing,
market,
yeah.
social media ads, then SEM,
Okay, just
then cold DMs, social media ads, SEM, cold DMs. and warm email and DMs.
And okay, so get these out of the way. What about these things? I think they'll be on the below portion,
We
right?
release the project. They're not going to be used to validate our idea, I think. We can use Reddit or YouTube, but I don't think they're that reliable.
Yeah, because most of the time people there are just gonna buy the product, right? Since
Yeah.
not just for validating it. The product on Reddit,
What backend do you all plan on using? We are
we're just
planning,
going to just say backend as a service, some super base.
yeah, yeah, something like Supabase, Firebase, or Azure, anything like that. We are not going to create our own one. I think it's too much time consuming.
Okay. So once we release the product, we'll rely on these things.
Yeah,
So do you think we should follow this path
yeah,
from the bottom up? Before
yeah,
even designing the hero section, I think we should have more clearer picture on these three core features, right?
yeah.
That would work, right?
Create one with C. I don't think I'll be able to create a database with C.
Oh man. See?
Create. If you could help us out.
Oh
I
man.
think.
I've
I'm
coded
sure you.
one SQL project with C, just using Oracle SQL with C, and it was a mess. It was a terminal UI, so don't expect much. I think I showed you that project, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to use that in our project.
That'd be super funny.
It's going to fuck
Maybe
everything.
maybe once we do like 15 projects, maybe that'd be a good time.
Yeah, after we have, completed 7 to 8 courses for this C backend or something like that. I don't even know. What do we even learn to create backend with C?
Yeah. Okay. So got this thing ready. We need can we just assign them, just structure them in tasks, or do you think these are good tasks for our upcoming week? Let's say we just focus
Yeah,
on
for the
whatever.
upcoming week, I think the tasks for this week are going to be completed soon. So when we update our tasks, we're going to add something from this.
Okay, and this will be a good task list going from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
This will allow
Backend
us.
and frontend are separate entities, so you have a lot of freedom. You all should make a backend using Scratch.
Blazing,
The thing
dude,
is,
we
the
tried
thing
that.
is, yeah, we tried that in one of our early projects actually, and failed miserably. You know the connection stuff. It was really slow. The security was really messed up. I don't think with our current knowledge, I don't think we'll be able to create a professional backend.
I mean, we've
Fast
created
backend.
backends. I've created a REST API, and the REST API had its own database, had its own authentication system, had its own JWT token exchange system. It was a built-in API, right? And we used Docker to just build the containers that can run that API. But the thing was, although I followed the best practices, I followed the test first and then write. So it was the test-oriented development. But still, optimizing the overall dev cycle, it was a mess, right? And when we switch the backend from that to something like Supabase, the whole project it became 10 times faster, right? So for now, we are just sticking to backend as a service, but as we get better, I think we'll need more freedom in our backend, and when we do, we'll switch to making our own backend.
Yeah, I think this current project is really simple, so we don't need any fancy freedom stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, do you think we're good on our discussion for this? Or do we have a solid idea? Do you think we should discuss a deadline on today? Because we have already discussed the time constraint. Whenever we start, that's our time constraint, 2 months, right?
Whenever the current tasks are going to end, that's when we are going to be starting.
Anything else you mind we discuss or we missed in here?
I don't think so.
No? Do you think we should end this stream or discuss anything else? So I'll be streaming later after some time
Yeah, I'll
to
also be streaming in the morning. So I think it should be a good idea to end.
good idea to end the stream. Awesome. Thanks guys for joining us.
I'll be streaming later in the morning in India, right? So whatever time are you guys available, you should join.
Yeah, we have a meeting coming up, so after that meeting, I'll stream whatever work I do as well. Awesome. Thanks for joining. I'll be ending the stream